What's up YouTube, AUTOCON360 here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the S.H.Figuarts Frieza. This is the second release of Frieza that they have done to match with Dragon Ball Super. So this is a repaint of the original Frieza with a little bit of a slight remold to it. And I actually believe that head sculpt is a brand new head sculpt, so it might not be a complete remold, but we'll see what happens. And it does have a few different hands as well. But we'll go ahead here and we'll move Frieza off to the side. Hope he doesn't fall over. Good, he did not. And we'll take a look at his box. So as you can see right here with the halo, this is meant to be the Dragon Ball Super Frieza. But he does come with some of the same heads from the original release. Dragon Ball Super, Toei, Funimation, Tamashii Nations, Bandai, S.H.Figuarts Frieza, Frieza, well, yeah. Back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots. You have his picture from the lineup for the Universe 7 team. You have action stuff. You recreate scenes from the anime. Yeah, looks really good. Let's go ahead and crack this thing open, get the accessories pulled out here, and we'll take a look at them. And let's go ahead here and take a look at Frieza's instructions, tells you about all of his different accessories that he comes with and the interchangeable parts. And so here we have the stuff for the stand and the death beam. We have the death ball. We have the stand itself, how to put it together. We have misinformation here because it does not hold him very well at all. Even at the lower back, that's actually where it holds him the least good. I've not found anywhere good that it does hold him. And then here on this side, we show his different heads, his halo, how to install the hands, the feet, tails. You can detach the loopy piece. And yeah. But yeah, here we have all of Frieza's interchangeable parts and his accessories. So first, we'll take a look at his stand. He does come with one of the Tamashii Nation stands with the bendable upright, so that you can get your flight poses on. It does also come with the base, of course, with the nubs, so you can install it any other place, and it also does have the ports for the clips, so you can clip this to your other Act 4 bases if you'd like. And of course, you do have your clips for your C-clip. And then here we have the real meat and potatoes of everything. We have his two tails. Here's the longer one with the loopy piece, so you can wrap it around Vegeta's throat. Well, here is the loopy piece, so you can wrap it around Vegeta's throat. I believe it will still do that. I know that was a big selling point for the original, because people could recreate the scene where he's punching Vegeta in the kidney. Yeah, it is a pliable material, so you can't do that. You can also split it to replicate when he had his tail cut off. Granted, it grew back when he went final form, but it was cut off due to the battle damage. So I believe it magically got cut off in the Spirit Bomb, as memory serves. But yeah, a repaint from the original. And then we have the curved tail, which is what I prefer. But yeah, again, just like the original, nothing's changed. We have his feet. Here are his flat feet for standing, not so good, and here are his not so flat feet for flying. Have his crossed arms with nice metallic purple there. Have his blast hands, his death beam finger, and his death ball finger. So he has his slightly curved finger there for like post death beam flick. He has his death ball flick, and he has his straight finger for his full on death beam shoot, which I'll show off how to use the death beam in a minute. We'll get a closer look at that as well. You have his fist, and you have some flat hands for whatever reason. I don't like these hands at all. The only reason I tolerate them on Gohan is because you can replicate the Father Son Kamehameha with them. But these have no purpose with Frieza. Here you have his halo. made of a translucent plastic with yellow only painted on the top. Then you have his heads. Now, what bothers me about his heads, these two are straight from the original. Of course, you can tell because they don't have the pink on the top. But yeah, they look really good. Got his yelling face and his I'm scared crapless face. And then you have his new head. Stop rolling around there, heads. You have his new head with the smirk. I do like the smirk. I don't like the hole in the top. None of the other heads have the hole in the top, which is what really bothers me, because I can't use the halo with them, so I can't. Which, to be fair, Frieza in Super does show a lot less emotion on his face than Frieza in Dragon Ball Z did. Dragon Ball Z Super showed fear, whereas Frieza in Dragon Ball Super is showing nothing but spite and anger so far, and just hatred. But yeah, really like the halo. It just ports right in. So we'll go ahead here and port that in there. You can turn it if you like. It looks weird when you turn it, so just keep it straight. Put it right up there. Be good to go. So yeah, so let's go ahead and put this stuff back on him. And we'll actually go ahead and we'll take a look at the finger beam now. Sorry, I forgot this existed. Yeah, it looks really good. Nice metallic pink on it. Kind of translucent in the middle. Same with the death ball. Made of a two pieces, one with a translucent piece on it, and then another with a translucent piece. It's got some pink paint on it. Looks really good. I'll show off both these in a moment. So, showing off how to install the death ball accessory, go ahead and you actually want to, it's recommended that you put it on before you put the hand on, but that's actually really difficult to do, so it's actually best if you take it and put it on afterwards, and then you slide it down onto the cuff, and it stays in place pretty good. And then here we go. We have Frieza all ready to go for his stand that he doesn't like to sit on. Because if you make it hug him, he doesn't sit comfortably. It's actually better if you grab him along the abdomen. And yeah, here we have Frieza throwing his death ball. And then we will reconvene in a moment. I will show you how to do the death beam. So, to install the finger beam, all you need to do is take your clamp off and then take your finger beam accessory here and move the death ball out of the way. And you want to lower it some, and there is a port on the side of your death beam that will go right into the post on the stand, like so. And angle that however you wish. And then you bring in your Frieza, and of course you got to make sure it's at the right level so that it looks convincing. And of course, in a moment I will show you. I do believe the original had a port in the death beam itself for the effect. I don't remember because I did not own that figure. But yeah, either way, looks really good. I'm just not the biggest fan of having to estimate where it would be with the hand. I would have liked a port in the back of the death beam to just kind of stick the finger in. But yeah, looks good. We'll move this out of the way and we'll get a closer look at the figure himself. Here we have Frieza with this halo. I'm going to take off your hand there, Frieza. And again, the heads are on a ball joint. It's your standard Figuarts fare, as well as the wrist. And then the feet, to take those off, you just want to turn them down is the easiest way, and then just pull them straight down. And then they will come right off, and just pop it back on. There you go. So yeah, Frieza looks good. It is the exact same mold as before, except for the head. Head is brand new, and the way they did the purple is different. This is more of a metallic purple that is more screen accurate. A little bit more screen accurate to Super, but it was like that on Dragon Ball Z as well. But the original figure had a like pink fading in it. Also, differences here are the joints in the shoulders are made of purple plastic, which is a little distracting when you're looking at it from the side, but it is so that you still get a consistent purple at the top, even though it's not really that consistent because it's a much darker purple. And then he does have a blue shadowing on him that looks okay, but there's none of it on the head, except for like around the ears and back of the head. But so it's kind of distracting to go straight from pure white to a little bit of blue. But it does look really cool. I do think he is a little small compared to the other figures, but at the same time, Frieza's not the biggest person on the planet. So I think I'm okay with it, but I do wish he was just a little bit taller, actually. Yeah, he does look really good. I always love Frieza's design. This is no exception to that. So the head is on a ball joint, and you can look up, can look down. Of course, it is swivelable, so you can get it to rotate however you wish with that ball peg. And I jacked that all up. There we go. There we go. Get him looking straight. Actually, I think that's still crooked. It is. There we go. And then the neck, it should be on a ball joint as well, but again, mine does not move. The shoulders are on a ball joint, so they are very open and free of movement. Shoulders can go up that far. Of course, you can do a full 360. Yeah, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. The top joint there on that arm is really tight. And of course, your basic Figuarts wrist. Your abdomen is on a ball joint. A little hard to move because he's so tiny. Your chest piece here is also on a ball joint, so that you can get out of the way for deeper ab crunches. So that's really nice. Your waist is on a ball joint. Hips, these are the classic Figuarts hips that pull down to go further. So without them being pulled down, they kick forward that far. With them being pulled down, they do kick much higher. Tail, can do a full 360 and hinge up and down. Just to install the tail, just take it off. Boop. There you go. The knee, double joint knee. Get deep in there. Of course, you have a little bit of a swivel at the thigh, but it's more so on the ball joint from the waist. And then your ankles can do a full 360, and they do hinge up and down, and you do have some ankle pivot. So that is good. You can get some nice deep pivot in there. Yeah, and that is basically it. So let's get him into a cool pose, shall we? Wait, sorry. Forgot we have to do comparisons. Yeah, here is Batman, really short. Comes up to about Batman's abs. Here he is with Vegeta. Here he is with Trunks, the man for putting the halo on his head the first time. Here he is with Gohan, which he is a little bit shorter than Gohan, actually. And then here he is with the man responsible for the halo on his head, Goku. Well, alright, they all fell over, except for Trunks. So yeah, here he is with all of them. He's short. And they do look really good together, especially without the halo on his head. And then, of course, here it is with the Marvel Legends Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Wave Deadpool. He's still short. Alright, now we will go and get him in a cool pose. Yeah, here we have him in a cool pose. Nice little iconic pose for Frieza for some final thoughts. So yeah, really like this figure. I really do enjoy it. Just wish it was just a tad bit bigger, but it is still accurate to the scale of the series. His body mold feels old, and he feels small compared to the newer body molds that I have for the Dragon Ball Z line. I guess that's really where my complaint is coming from. But other than that, he's a really good figure. And I definitely do recommend him. I definitely want to get the Golden Frieza, which is really just a remold of this one. So yeah, that is it. So, of course, as always, thank you for watching. You can go to my Facebook, like it, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that be in the description below. Like this video, share with your family and friends, subscribe, turn on notifications so you can be notified when I upload. And yeah, that'll be it. And I will see you in the next one. And of course, as always, I'm AUTOCON360, and I'm saying laters.